Hi, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Wisdom from the AKASH. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all doing so well. I am going to open my phone here and share this out, and I encourage you to do the same. We are going to be talking about the nature of gratitude today and how critical it is, and how it's not something that you should dismiss, which is exactly what I did when I first started my healing journey. So I definitely encourage you to and ask you to share this out, please, so that more people can be privy to this free information to assist them on their healing path. Hi, Christy. Thank you so much for posting so that I know that the comments are working. Again, I'm going to share this out. If this is the first time that you guys have been to Awoken TV, welcome. If you are here again after being here before, welcome again, welcome back. And you can check out Awoken TV on www.awoken.tv. And you can also find Awoken on the App Store. So check that out. If you are watching this from Emily Harrison's The Akashic Academy or Emerge Healing and Wellness, just know that if you want to post any comments live, I won't be able to see them from those pages. I'll only be able to see them live on the Awoken TV Facebook page. Otherwise, I'll be able to get to them after the live, and I will just jump on there, especially if you tag me in the comments, and I can reply to anything that's coming up for you, okay? So say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're a first timer, put hashtag first time. I love to welcome new people and get to know who is connecting in this community. And I'm just going to share this out to one last group before we get started here today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura Mazzotta, and I am the Akashic therapist. And what does that mean? It means that I've been a therapist for almost 20 years. I live in New York, just about an hour north of New York City. And I absolutely love what I do. I'm also a spiritual teacher and healer. And I guide mission driven souls to sharpen and enliven their intuitive gifts so they can ignite a passionate six-figure business, which is exactly what I've done. So I'm showing other people the way, encouraging them to expand their intuition because it really assists us in all matters of health, wealth, relationships, career, etc. Okay, so let me know if you've had any experience intuitively. If you've had experience with the Akashic Records before, you can just put a 1 in the comments. And I welcome you. Thanks so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about the critical nature of gratitude and how necessary this is for your healing journey. I remember when I first started working with gratitude, and I was very resistant to it. And it wasn't that I was resistant to being appreciative. I had already cultivated that in my life, not as consistently as I do now, but I guess I didn't believe in the power of its impact. I wasn't really confident that it would make shifts in my health and wellness in a way that people stated it would. And I didn't understand its impact until I actually practiced it consistently and really stuck with it. And like I always say, it takes 21 days to make a habit. So I had to stick with it in order to be able to really judge whether or not this was something that was working for me and getting me results. Okay. So when I talk about consistency, that doesn't mean you have to do this all day, every day. It means that you can do it for a minute. It means that you can do it for 2 minutes, but it's setting the intention, setting aside the time, and making that commitment to yourself. Just that alone is a healing practice, to be able to make some kind of consistent commitment to yourself so that you're giving yourself the message that you are worthy, that you're deserving, and that you are a reliable foundation for yourself to come back to check in with. Okay? So, how many of you practice gratitude on a regular basis? Give me a me in the comments if you practice gratitude on a regular basis. When I first started gratitude, I wasn't feeling it. I just did it. So it almost felt like an obligatory practice. I was doing it because I felt I should. I was doing it because people were telling me to do it. And I thought, what do I have to lose? Right? So I started practicing it, and I just felt like I was rattling off these statements, very similar with affirmations, right? And mantras. Hi, Kimberly. So good to see you. So that's how I started. And I would just start with in the morning when I would wake up, I would, as soon as I would open my eyes, be thankful that I opened my eyes. I would say, oh, I'm so thankful that I have this comfortable bed. I'm so thankful that I have these wonderful blankets. And my weighted blanket. I love my weighted blanket. How many of you have a weighted blanket? If you don't, I highly recommend it. They usually have really good deals this time of year around the holidays on Amazon. So anyway, and then so I really make gratitude almost like like I'm narrating my morning or I'm narrating my day. So I put my feet on the floor. Oh, I'm so thankful that I have the ability to stand. I am so thankful I have the ability to walk to the bathroom. I'm so thankful that I have indoor plumbing. I'm so thankful that I have warm water to wash my hands, you know? So really making it like you're narrating what you're doing, because let's be honest, our minds are going almost all the time as human beings. We almost always have something going on, whether we're daydreaming or we're thinking about our day or we're planning forward or we're ruminating about things. Hi, Pamela. So good to see you. So if our minds are going all the time, why don't we get conscious and intentional about what's running through them? We can still obsess, we can still ruminate, but pick something that's going to serve you. Because when you're coming from a place of gratitude and you really feel into that gratitude, because it's not enough over time for you to just, allow these things to roll off the tongue or allow these things to roll around in your mind. It's fine temporarily as you're getting used to the practice, but then you really need to sink into what it feels like to feel grateful. Like, think about the time that somebody gave you a gift or somebody did something for you where you were immensely grateful and you just felt, oh, wow, that just, hits me right in the heart. It feels amazing. Really bring forward that vibration when you're using gratitude statements. Okay. Because feeling into it, that's the vibration that we're communicating to the universe. And the universe will respond to us in kind. Okay. And match that vibration. So the more grateful we are, the more we attract. Okay. So you go through your day and you're saying thank you for all of these things and you're so appreciative, and you'll notice that it becomes habitual. And that's what's so beautiful about habits. Our negative thoughts are habitual. We weren't born with negative thoughts, right? So when we have habits, they're learned, which means we can unlearn them, it just gives us power. It puts us in a really powerful position. Okay. So that's one way to practice gratitude, is to just consistently have this string of a narration throughout your day. And you don't have to do the entire day. You can start with maybe the first 10 minutes and then maybe the first 20 minutes after you accomplish that, so that you give yourself goals to achieve that make you feel successful, which then motivates you to continue moving forward. And you'll notice that your mood is lighter. It automatically lifts your vibe. Gratitude is one thing that automatically lifts your vibe after you have practiced it and integrated it for at least 21 days. Because at that point, you can consider, this has become a habit. This has become something that is more automatic for me, that I don't necessarily have to put effort or thought into. Okay. All right. I'm just going to take a quick drink of water. So one of the best books that I have read on gratitude that really assisted me with guiding me through different ways to practice gratitude, rather than just, oh, I'm appreciative because. And to help me really sink into the vibe of it, rather than just rattling off statements and doing what I'm supposed to do like a good girl. Okay. Because that never works. It never works. That's always just a temporary band-aid when you do those things that you're supposed to do, or those things that you should do. But if you know very clearly that this is a practice that will assist you with moving forward, and it's something that keeps coming up in your field, and it's something that you keep getting curious to try, then you're getting a message from the universe to try it out. And in that way, you're not doing it out of obligation. You're doing it because you keep receiving consistent messages or awareness that this could be something that benefits you. So the book that I have used that I really, really like is called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. So she's also the one who wrote The Secret. The Secret was not my favorite book. It was okay, but it was so repetitive that I think I read the first third and then I ditched it, because I was like, all right, I know what you're saying here. I get it. I like the concept, but the whole book was a little much. This is such an easy read. It's such a quick read. And what's great is that each chapter is like 3 pages long. So it's really tiny. And she gives you a different gratitude practice for each day. In fact, I think that the whole book itself is a 30-day process, I'm pretty sure. Day 28, so it's a 28-day process. And I'm going to give you guys a couple of the practices from here that you can integrate now. But it's great because what she does is she addresses gratitude around money, around health, around relationships, around love, um, and really anything, your career, any other manifestation areas of your life that you can think of integrating a new string of consciousness, of conscious thoughts. Okay. So, one of my favorite ones is day 2, which is called the magic rock. This is one of my favorite practices from this book. And what this is that you find a magic rock. Okay. And this can be a rock from your garden, it can be from a riverbed, a creek, an ocean, or a park. Okay. You may even have some crystals that you'd like to use for this purpose. And rock isn't necessary. I also think that you can choose an object. But basically, what you do is you put it by your bed, okay? And just before you go to sleep, you think about all of the good things that happen through the day and find the best thing that you're grateful for. Then say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened. Return the magic rock to its place by your bed. And that's it. You continue to do this for 21 days minimum. Okay. So it's like you're programming this stone with the energetic vibration of what it feels like when you are grateful for your day and really thinking about the best thing that lights you up and gives you that giant smile on your face. Then you go to bed. Hey, if you want to put it under your pillow, go for it. Or if you're like the princess and the pea and you can feel anything that's underneath your pillow, then put it next to your bed. But then when you wake up in the morning, it's the first thing you see, right? So it's the first thing you see. So as soon as you see that, you're reminded of that thing that was so great, the best part of your day the day before. So it automatically starts you off in that vibe. It's also a reminder to use gratitude from the second that you wake up. So I really like this because we're human beings. We need tangible things to hold on to and to understand a lot of these practices that we may not fully trust are going to come into our lives or shift our vibration. Okay. So that's my favorite practice from the magic. The other thing she says at one point is about really being thankful, just in terms of financial abundance, being really thankful about every bill you pay, being really thankful about all the money you receive, even if it's a penny that you find on the ground, right? But when it comes to bills you pay, every time you get your credit card statement, being able to go through and saying, I'm so thankful that I get to pay this bill, because it means that all of this goodness has come to me, that I've been able to invest energy into this over the course of the last 30 days. Right. So being able to say thank you, paid. Some people write it down. So they'll take their bill and they'll write paid and then they'll write thank you, that they are appreciative of this energetic exchange that exists in our world. Okay. So let me know if you have questions about that. Okay. So another really powerful way to experience and integrate gratitude, which is this is one of my favorites. I use this all the time, which is similar to a manifestation practice, right? And manifestation is being able to really call into our lives the vibration that we're looking for, not necessarily all the details that we're looking for, like, the beautiful Lexus that's $70,000 and the white picket fence around the giant mansion, but the vibration of what we're looking for. Okay. So, what you do is you allow yourself to envision what it is you want. What do I want to feel like, either physically or emotionally, energetically, spiritually, etc. Okay. And you can allow yourself to daydream and get carried away with all of these details that I just listed, like the white picket fence and the mansion. It's okay to let that daydream just get big and expand. Okay. And then once it does that, you feel good. You feel excited, right? You feel eager. You feel motivated. That is the point of manifestation, is to be able to tune into how that whole vision you've created in your mind makes you feel. So now that you've done that, you use gratitude statements to speak appreciation for the fact that this exists in your life already, even if you don't have it. So you're not saying, I'm grateful for the mansion. You're saying, I'm so grateful for feeling luxuriously abundant. I'm so grateful for feeling connected and love. I'm so grateful for being healthy and vital and full of energy. I'm so grateful for having easeful relationships at work. Whatever it is that you are trying to manifest or envision, You're speaking gratitude for it as if it's already occurred because you're calling it into your reality. Okay. So that's a very, very powerful way to use gratitude because we're calling it forward to us. And we're also acknowledging just because it doesn't show up here in the 3D, in our human life, exactly the way that I thought it would, or exactly the way that I want it to with my human controlling agenda, I know that energetically that vibration is already available to me. It already exists in the universe because the universe is infinite. We have access to this at all times. Okay. So we have the ability to call that towards us in our 3D form sooner when we appreciate and acknowledge that it already exists energetically. Does that make sense? It can be very hard to wrap our human minds around concepts like this. So please let me know if this doesn't resonate for you or if you need me to explain it again, okay? So that's another beautiful way to practice gratitude. Do you guys have any gratitude practices that you use on a regular basis that you think could be helpful to other people who are watching this live or on the replay? And if you're here on the replay, definitely post hashtag replay so that I can say hello to you and communicate and get to know you better. So let me know in the chat if there are any gratitude practices that you particularly appreciate on a regular basis. One of the practices that can be helpful when you have long-standing resentments or you have frustration towards someone or a situation is once you've kind of journaled out or tantrumed out whatever it is that you're upset about, taking a moment to write down 10 things that you are grateful for about that person or about that situation. Because this is another situation where we can look forward to seeing how this is going to serve us once it comes into our 3D reality, trusting that energetically we are still moving forward. So, for instance, one of the reasons that I started this healing journey, well, actually, the main reason that I started this healing journey, the spiritual energetic one, is because I had sepsis 4 years ago and I was very, very seriously ill. And so I was looking for alternative ways to self heal and to make myself feel better and to really become a better version of myself. Right. So there were times that I would wake up. There were a lot of times at the beginning that I would wake up and just not be able to really function, not really feel well, feel terrible. And I got pissed. I mean, over time, I was just very frustrated because, I'd have a positive mindset for a few weeks, but then by the time 2.5 weeks hit, I would be like, oh, I hate this. And I'm just pissed. I'm so sick of feeling this way. Right. And then what I started to realize and learn was that these times that I was quote unquote knocked down were serving a purpose for me. Okay. They were there for a reason because then I would come out the other side and I would either have some kind of new awareness or I would be at a higher level of who I was, or I would have new insights into something, or I would vibrationally, emotionally feel so much better. And then the next cycle that I would go into with my health, I would feel crappy again after a couple weeks, but then I would realize, oh yeah, there's a lesson in this. The universe is trying to teach me something. So what happens when we start to become aware of this pattern and we become aware that everything that exists and that comes forward into our reality or into our energy field is serving a purpose, is assisting us with moving forward on our soul's path, whether it feels good in the moment or not, ultimately we know that we are still moving towards our soul's purpose. Okay. So when I get sick or I wake up and I'm not feeling great, which really doesn't happen much anymore, but when I do, my first thought is, thank you. Thank you for offering me the opportunity to rest today. Thank you for offering me the opportunity to take care of myself. Thank you for acknowledging that I am ready for my next upgrade, that I am prepared and have moved far enough that I am ready for the next level of lessons. Okay? Because that's exactly what it is. When the universe kind of knocks us on the forehead, it's, oh, thanks so much. You know that I am responsive and that I am going to take this challenge on, right? That I am going to move up to the next level and understand the lesson that exists underneath this. And I'm not going to sit in victim mode and say, oh, poor me, I don't feel well today. Instead, I'm going to say, thank you. I don't understand the message yet. I don't understand the lesson yet. I don't understand where this is taking me. But what I do know is that it's taking me somewhere that's going to be a step above where I was before. Okay. So let me know how this resonates. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this. Give me a 1 in the comments if this is something that feels good. I'm grateful for my divine guidance team. I am light, the light I am. Beautiful, Jill. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How many of you have heard of the Ho'oponopono prayer? If you have watched this show before, I've discussed it in my forgiveness live, and then also there was another one where I brought it up that I don't remember. I think it was a couple weeks ago. So the Ho'oponopono prayer is an ancient Hawaiian prayer for forgiveness. And one of the statements that exists in this prayer, there's 4 statements, and one of the statements is thank you. Okay. And it's because there is an enormous amount of energetic shifting that exists when we take responsibility for anything that's coming into our field. So we're saying, thank you so much for bringing this forward to me, even though it sucks, because I know and trust that the universe has my back. I know and trust that the universe is gently and compassionately guiding me toward a better version of who I am so that I can fulfill my soul's purpose, the reason that I came here to this planet in the first place, right? And that's what we want. Frustration with divine timing. Yes, that's very normal, Kimberly. And thank you so much for sharing that because it's very, very normal for us to be frustrated with, I've been trying to manifest this for 6 years and it hasn't come forward yet. Come on, universe. When are you going to give me what I want? So, one thing is, yes, we need to trust that things are going to come into our field when we are ready to integrate them. And we need to trust that our spirit team knows better than we do, right? It's divine intelligence. So, they know better whether or not we need to buy that basketball, even if we think, I have to have that basketball. I'm not going to be satisfied until I get that basketball, right? The universe knows better than us what is going to move us forward on our soul's path. Okay. And if you feel like, well, I've been manifesting for years and I still can't get there, I would ask you 2 questions. One of the questions is, are you really attached to the outcome? The outcome in terms of not the vibration, but how it's actually going to show up in your life. Like, are you saying, oh my gosh, I've been trying to manifest this blue car with leather seats. And then when you picture yourself in a blue car with leather seats, you feel like, oh, I feel free. I feel abundant. I feel luxurious. I feel like I can go anywhere. I feel amazing. Right. So then you're narrowly focused on, I want that blue car with leather seats. And then you don't realize that there may be another area or a situation in your life where you're feeling, oh, I feel free. I feel amazing. I feel like I can go anywhere. I feel like I can do anything. Right? So the vibration has been manifested. The vibration has come forward for you. And it's not just a blip on the radar, right? It's stuck around for more than just a fleeting moment. Okay. So you've just been blinded by your vision of, I need the blue car with leather seats, that you haven't noticed the vibration has come to you. It's just in a different form. Okay. Because the universe speaks in vibration, not in the English language or in whatever language you speak, right? That's a human construct. Time is a human construct, language is a human construct. Okay. Kimberly, you can say that prayer to anything. Okay. You can say that prayer to if your refrigerator is broken. And once you start noticing that you're getting frustrated, just start saying, thank you, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm going to type those into the chat so that any of you who are not familiar with the Ho'oponopono prayer, and Christy, if you're still here and you have access to that link that you shared in the certification program for the Ho'oponopono prayer, that would be awesome. If not, I will come back and add it in here afterwards because Christy shared a really powerful and helpful YouTube video. That's free. There's so many opportunities that are free on YouTube for meditations and spiritual teachings. So So the Ho'oponopono prayer has a really good meditation to take you through that. And I recommend that any areas of frustration or irritation in your life are areas that you need to apply the Ho'oponopono prayer. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Christy. And please don't stress about it. I can totally do it. Um, so anyway, the second thing I wanted to tell you, Kimberly, in terms of frustration with divine timing. So the first one is attachment to outcome. Okay. And the second one is noticing any areas within your life or within your mindset or your heart that you are feeling resistant in some way to that unfolding. Because most of the time when something is not manifesting, it's because ultimately underneath we really don't feel like we're deserving of it. So you want to really explore your areas of feeling deserving, of feeling worthy. And it's like, well, the universe thinks, well, you don't believe that you're worth it, right? Because you're really vibing at a level that's lower than what you want to call in. So you want to bring your vibe to match what you're calling in, which means sit in visualization. Visualize yourself receiving it. Visualize yourself enjoying it. Okay. And feeling luxurious and amazing. You're amazing, Christy. Thank you so much. I love you. I really appreciate your help, love. So yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are on that, Kimberly. But there's often resistance there, and sometimes the resistance can be grief. Sometimes it's not cognitive resistance. Sometimes it's energetic resistance. Sometimes we have issues that occurred in past lives or with our ancestors that have trickled down and been passed down to us energetically that we don't feel safe really being vulnerable in the universe, right? And so there's an energetic resistance there that's like, I'm not sure about that because we've had experiences that are so deep, either in past lives or in our ancestors a few generations back, that interfere with our ability to receive what we're trying to call in. Okay. And that's actually a beautiful thing when we're talking about manifestation. This kind of turned into manifestation today, didn't it? That's another beautiful thing is really just practicing receiving. If somebody wants to bake you an apple pie, take it. If somebody wants to open the door for you, thank you so much. Right? Allow yourself to receive. That's one of the biggest blocks to bringing forward what you're trying to manifest. So Pamela says here, I literally choose one item as I walk through my house and feel gratitude for having it. Remembering how I came upon getting the object, the joy of receiving a gift, the person who gave the item to me, or where I had purchased the item and where I was or what I was doing when I bought it. The memories bring joy and make me grateful. And thank you for my home, as little as it is, to hold my memories in a place to live safely. I love that so much because what you're really demonstrating here is the ability to get very specific and descriptive. And the more that we get specific and descriptive as human beings and use our five senses to describe these things in detail in whatever visualization we're calling forward, the more we're going to be able to identify with the vibe. Because once again, we're human beings. We navigate our world based on our five senses. So unless we've really had a lot of intuitive training, we've added that sixth sense in there. We're more comfortable and we're able to align with a vibe more easily when we have something tangible to go on. And our senses allow that for us. Okay. So Kimberly says broad spectrum for manifesting availability. I say it to everything. Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. I think that you also want to just make sure that your energy around manifestation is not desperate. That's what I did for a while. I was manifesting and I was like desperately like, because I was very attached to the outcome, and so being careful of the vibe with which you're manifesting from. Okay. Get yourself into a nice meditative space, get yourself nice and zen and chill, and then put yourself in a place where you are allowing yourself to daydream, because then you also know that whatever you are creating in your visualization is going to be more soul aligned. It's not going to just be like this, oh, I'm frustrated and pissed off because this happened in my life. And so I'm going to create this vision to make me feel like I'm saving myself, or pulling myself out of it. Because anything that we approach with a desperate, clenching, gripping vibe, we aren't going to get what we're looking for in return in terms of soft energy. Okay. So grab the magic. I highly recommend it. Let me know how you do with it. Feel free to come back here and post some comments. This was almost like a training for my brain is really what it was, because there was a different practice every day. And so it really taught me there were so many creative ways to use gratitude and to integrate it in your life in such a beautiful way. I mean, it makes you realize how beautiful the world is and how beautiful the universe is. Okay. So, so I definitely encourage you to do that and let me know how you're doing with it. And I don't know how many of you know about the longest night. But the longest night is going to be the longest night before the light is actually what it's called. And it's a free event on Awoken TV, December 20th and 21st. And the first 111 people, I think, is free. I don't think after that it's free, but it's just for the first 111 people. So I'm going to put the link to register. I'm just grabbing it here so I can put it in the chat for you guys. So you can register for this event and get that free spot for you, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about what you're going to have access to in this event. You're going to get a reading for the vibration of love for 2021, a healing moon meditation, an abundant heart ritual to welcome in love for 2021 and beyond. What else? There also is winter solstice astrology and yoga and vitality, Akashic records, plant medicine and psychedelics, ceremonies and rituals, tantra and sexuality, attraction and abundance, and all your essential soul readings and blueprints for 2021. So pretty kick-ass. And if you have trouble with this link, please let me know, because it's saying page not found, it looks like. So I'm going to actually post another one here just to make sure that that translated correctly, I should say. But let me know if you guys have any questions. And you can follow me on Emerge Healing and Wellness, and you can join my free Facebook group called Room for Healing. And I post a lot of content in there. I just did a free challenge in there that was really awesome with a lot of great, you can't get the link to work? Okay, that's why I posted another one. It looks like the second one is better. So ditch the first one. In fact, I'll try to remove it here so that you guys don't get confused. And if I can't do it live, oh, beautiful. Look at that fancy schmancy stuff. So there you go. That should help you. Let me know if that works. Okay, Christy? Okay, so you haven't been able to figure it out. What Ho'oponopono? Basically, let me tell you what I do with Ho'oponopono. What I do is I take my journal and I do a page per statement. So if I'm starting with a new practice for like a new relationship or situation where I feel like I'm having difficulty, it could even be internal. Page 1, I'll do a whole page of thank you for, and I get really specific. Then I have another page of I love you. Then I have another page for please forgive me, and another page for I'm sorry. Okay, good, Christy. Thanks for letting me know. And then after I've done that, that allows me to really take full responsibility, right? And really understand how this is interacting with my vibe. At which point then I can just go from that momentum and continue to repeat the statements over and over again. Okay. It's all about consistency. And just trust and know that the vibe will soften. It always does. It really does if you stay consistent with it. So anyway, if you guys want to get in touch with me, please feel free to send me a PM. You can also tag me in the comments here. My next level Akashic Record Certification program is starting the week of January 11th. So definitely get on that. I'm really, really excited about this next round because I've shifted it a little bit where the teaching content is going to be available digitally, and then all the live time with me is going to be group coaching and laser coaching. So you're going to get so much additional support in this program, the ability to do readings for your loved ones, to be able to access healing for yourself, your loved ones, for clients. And I can even assist you with starting a business if that's something that you'd like to do once you get certified. Okay, so reach out if you want more information on that, or you can also just click the link in the description of this video. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. Kimberly, thanks so much for being here, first timer, and being so interactive. And I will see you guys next Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Mwah. Have a great week. Bye.